Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another video on Disney Dreamlight Valley. So, turns out I was exactly right. The Dream Snaps update is dropping this Wednesday, July 19th, which is just 2 days from when I'm making this video. And it does look like it is the smallest update in terms of the major content updates that we've received for Dreamlight Valley so far. And considering the timing of it with The Sims 4 Horse Ranch coming out the next day, I am slightly relieved that it's not some really huge update. The patch notes were just released today, so without further ado, let's get right into it. Howdy Valley villagers, it's almost time to sugar rush into our next update. Mark your calendars for July 19th at 1 p.m. UTC/9 a.m. ET for when you can race into new quests with Vanellope and interact with our first multiplayer feature, Dream Snaps. In addition to sweet new content, you can expect a variety of bug fixes and improvements out of this update that focus on improving quality of life around the valley, from better efficiency hovering around to Switch-specific performance improvements. Check out all the details below. New content and improvements flex your creativity and compete in weekly community-wide photo challenges with Dream Snaps. Each week, earn a variety of prizes for participating, including moonstones, furniture, and clothing items. Please note, Touch of Magic clothing and furniture are not compatible with Dream Snaps and cannot be included in submissions in order to keep the feature a fun environment for all players. That's interesting. I thought the Touch of Magic feature was going to be pretty central to this, but come to think of it, maybe it's to keep naughtier submissions out of it. Vanellope loads into the valley, bringing with her some sweet new friendship quests and items to earn. Keep up with Vanellope with more efficient hovering. The energy drain when hovering has been reduced by 80%, giving you more bang for your energy buck. Wow, that is a lot more than I expected, because I know a lot of people were complaining about how quickly that was draining. I didn't mind it too much personally, but wouldn't have minded seeing a small decrease in that. But okay, wow, that definitely will make a difference in the long run. Then we have the video capture feature built into the Nintendo Switch hardware has been disabled, helping reduce the frequency of crash rates. The dev team is continuing to closely monitor this topic as they consider further changes to improve performance. Okay, I didn't think they would do this, but then again, this isn't the first Switch game I've seen that does disable the video capture. So if this does improve performance, okay, that does make sense. Then please note video capture via capture card and screenshot capture on Switch are unaffected and will continue to function as expected. General stability has been improved on the Switch. We continue to explore further means of optimization for future updates. Then we have what could be the best improvement in this whole update. The inventory of Scrooge McDuck's store has received a slight rebalance to reduce the chance of duplicates appearing. This is a small preliminary tweak as we investigate this topic further and look into changes that could be made for future updates. It's definitely one of the biggest annoyances with the game for me right now. It's so tiring getting the same stuff over and over again. Though actually, with the last update, them adding that little red icon next to items you don't have yet, that has helped a bit, because sometimes I think I already have an item, but turns out I didn't. It just turns out to be a very similar looking item to one that's already in my collection. Then we have some bug fixes. It's not a super extensive list, unfortunately, but the one that stands out most to me is fixed an issue in which certain item visuals and names did not match in Scrooge McDuck's store. You might have seen that in my footage from just a minute ago, where it says bed with a long name. It's kind of hilarious, but also confusing at the same time. So that's pretty much it. I am looking forward to having Vanellope in my valley and seeing how the Dream Snaps update will work in action, especially with the free moonstones involved. But yeah, if you were expecting a really big update this time around, I'm sure you're disappointed. I guess this is basically the in-between time now for Dreamlight Valley, between the first story arc and the second one, where we're just gonna get some smaller stuff in between though hopefully the Beauty and the Beast realm in September won't be too small. I don't want it to be just Belle. I hope we are going to be getting the Beast and Gaston, or at very least the Beast. Gaston I could still picture being in a separate update. And then that probably won't be attached to the second story arc either, because the realm updates tend to be just completely separate from the core story. But then October, I guess, will be when story arc 2 will ramp up. The more I think about it, the more it does make some sense, because it's been so strange that Belle is not in the game after so long, considering that she is very prominently on the game's cover art alongside the Avatar and Wally. So I guess they're basically commemorating that 1-year anniversary by finally adding Belle to the game. And then in October or maybe November, then shortly after that anniversary would be when the second story arc begins. Then with the game going free to play, that's still up in the air. My initial theory was that shortly after we have all of the pillars around the valley unlocked with the various orbs, then the game would go into free to play, and then it would also be around the same time as the first story arc ending, but clearly that's not the case anymore, and I'm not even sure if free to play is happening this year. Initially, they kept saying that it would be in 2023, but I think something has changed behind the scenes. I would say this is a good thing, though, if they have in fact delayed it, because the game needs more polish, and there's still several essential Disney characters that are missing that really should be there before the game is considered fully launched, some of which can be spotted in the intro video in the game if you leave it on the main menu for too long. Oh, one thing I just remembered, because I was speculating in a previous video that what if they added a drinking animation to the game? It's not in the patch notes, but they don't always say every single change, even in the patch notes, which is a little strange, but I guess they want to leave some things for a surprise, but maybe it really isn't that deep and they just put the boba tea in there because it's like, oh, it's just a cool drink to relax with during the summer. But I'll wrap up this update here, so feel free to let me know your thoughts on the Dream Snaps update in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with my latest gaming content. I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!